Hey buddy, this is Colin, Mr. Oldschool Gamer, bringing you another clip from the wonderful world of Warships. Today we are in the Tier 7 British cruiser the Belfast, and it's a 3-cap domination game on the map Trident. It is Tier 7 matchmaking, well actually Tier 6 matchmaking. We have a couple of Tier 5s as well. So, greetings from a very cold and snowy Sweden. Hence the man cold. It's been really rough weather in Sweden the last couple of weeks. And we're really looking forward to spring. Soon, I hope. So this video today of the Belfast, you could say that it is a continuation from the video I uploaded last week, where I had quite a good carry game in the Tier 7 German battleship, the Scharnhorst. And this too will be a pretty tough carry game, and it's pretty much in these kind of situation that this ship, the Belfast, also known as the Payfast, excels. This ship really don't shine in teams where there's a lot of good players, because then you can't really pull the weight that this ship can pull. So if you really want to have massive, nice games in this ship, you really have to have pretty bad luck with the matchmaking. So I spawn on the east flank, and my team divides pretty equal. Half the team pretty much, well, a bit less than half, goes to the east flank with me, and the majority of the team heads over to the east side. So I enter the cap because we only have 2 destroyers, and both our destroyers has gone for the sea cap, which isn't really optimal in a 3-cap domination game when you have 2 destroyers on each team. But since the Belfast is a pretty strong ship in all types of ways, and also a pretty great cap contester, you can pretty much play the role as a destroyer in some games. So we have an enemy battleship and an enemy Ioba pushing up. And I'm trying to chase off this October Revolution, or Red October as I like to call them, because I really love that film. And sitting in my smoke, of course, engaging both radar and Hydra, so I'm not gonna get surprised by any destroyers or torp spamming. The Ioba choose to show perfect broadside to me, so of course I'm gonna switch to my armor piercing, which is pretty lethal in these tiers. I start off with 2 citadels in the first salvo, and just continuing with another citadel in the next salvo, and I think this should be the closing argument. Yeah. So I earned my first kill, while also securing the first cap alongside my teammates. Enemy Emerald shows up, showing broadside as well, so of course I'm gonna try and punish him with 2 citadels, and I earn my second kill of the game. Now we have 1 kill more than the enemy team, so we have a small advantage in that way. At the same time, the enemy team has been able to cap 2 of the 3 caps, which is not that great for us. because it looks also like the majority of our fleet who went to the sea cap on the east flank has actually become pretty overrun by the enemy fleet and are getting pushed back into our spawn, which means that me and my fellow 3 cruisers on this flank pretty much need to pull our weight for our team and start to quickly contest the B cap, because we can't really afford the enemy team to tick away on the tickets and get too great of a lead. So we have enemy cruiser and enemy battleship in the B cap. Now I'm trying to get a little bit of a distance from these guys, because the Belfast of course has a fire from smoke penalty just as all the other cruisers, and I think it's 5.5 kilometers, so I need to stay out of that range. This enemy cruiser, Miyoko, chose to show broadside to me, so of course I switched to my armor piercing again. Didn't manage to land a citadel this time, unfortunately, but he does turn around and start showing his other side. But by then I had switched back to HE again. So I'll land 1 citadel on the last salvo before he sneaks in behind the island. Now I'm guessing that he went around in a circle just to be able to launch torps at me, so of course I engage my Hydra and leave my smoke, because I guess that there will be torps coming, but it actually doesn't seem like he got any torps away, which is kind of strange. Now I have this Red October on my right side, but his guns are turned in the opposite direction, so I can show my broadside towards him while presenting as small target as possible towards the main fleets by sea. So I managed to start some fires cooking on this Red October, while also capping the B cap for my team. Right now it looks actually like we are managing to get a pretty comfortable lead. We have one, well, they actually just killed 1 ship, so we're equal in ships, but right now we have pretty much cap control, total cap control over the map. Now I managed to cap the B cap, and of course I need to start push into the C cap, trying to contest the enemy destroyers, because we really need to take these guys out. I feel like they are pretty much the biggest threat to my team. I don't manage to hit the enemy destroyers capping, so I see that the other destroyer is pushing my left flank, so I will head out and try to hunt him instead. I get spotted, so of course I launch my radar, which you can always do pretty much as soon as you get spotted in the Belfast, because then the destroyer that spots you will automatically be within your radar range. And that is why you should never, ever, ever, ever pick a fight with a Belfast while playing a destroyer, because it's pretty much a suicide mission. Because if you spot him, he will spot you, and before your team will delete the Belfast, he will pretty much have deleted you, so it will always come to a great cost to try and pick a fight with a Belfast. I dodge the destroyer's torps, Try to set some fires on the battleship, but then the enemy Pensacola pops up. I earn my Confederate award. And switching to armor piercing, since Pensacola is a pretty notorious paper ship in the game. So, as you can see, our team has pretty much been killed in the same rate as we've been able to kill the enemies. So we still have a pretty equal standing, while we of course have a map majority of the enemy team. I can't really engage any other ship right now except this battleship, so I'm trying to set some additional fires to him. But the enemy Pensacola keeps getting spotted on the other side of this island, and I really want to punish his broadside. But since I don't really have the fire angles on this guy, I can't really do that much. And now we have a disadvantage in ships. And since I see my friendly cruisers are really low on health, I really need to start to play this really offensively and smart, and start to carry my weight even harder. For some reason I don't manage to get any citadels on this Pensacola. I guess he's a bit too angled for my armor piercings. So instead I'm trying to take some pot shots at the enemy destroyer, maybe discourage him to chase down our battleship. Meanwhile I'm trying to stay as small as possible against the enemy battleship on the 10 line, while also pushing for the sea cap, because I feel like if my friendly team is gonna continue to die, then I really need to take all the caps. So I have a plan B in motion. If the friendly team gets killed off and it's only me against 4 or 5 enemy ships, I can still carry off a win just by having a huge point lead. So that is pretty much my plan right now, because I don't really feel like I can count on the friendlies to stay alive, since they are pretty low on health right now. I'm trying to take out their low health targets, which is something you really should do in this late state of the game. You should always try and communicate to the other guys on the team, so everybody is trying to focus the same low health ship, because at this stage of the game numbers is pretty much everything, and if you can get one less ship shooting at you and your friendlies, you will of course survive so much longer. Now the only ship that is spotted is a destroyer that is out of my range. I continue to cap my 3rd cap for this match, and the enemy New York pops up. So I will start to try and burn him down before he kills my friendly cruiser buddy in the cap. So I get my 3rd cap, my 2nd solo cap of the match. I have no luck with the fires on the New York though, and my smoke is quickly running out. The thing is, the Belfast is a really strong ship, as long as it has all its magical consumables. But as soon as you run out of smoke, like I did right now, it will be quite a hard game to play because the Belfast can't really take any punishment. It's really a paper cruiser like the most British cruisers. So you can't really angle in this ship. We have a really low health Pensacola. I would really love my team to take that guy out as well. The friendly Budioni gets killed. And we are down to 2 ships against 5. And I must really tip my hat off to this guy in the Duke of York, I think, in my team that is right now on the 2 line. I think that guy has been chased around the whole map by now, and he's still alive. So kudos to him. Enemy New York pops up, of course, and now it's kiting time. And the thing is, if I would be in my other favorite ship, the Hindenburg, I can do this for days. I mean, you can kite away against 2 or 3 tier 10 battleships without any big issues and just burn them down. That is the favorite playstyle I have in the tier 10 Hindenburg, but in the Belfast it doesn't really play that way. Because any shell that hits your ship will pretty much do massive damage. So you really need to take out the enemy battleship that is shooting you really fast, because otherwise he will mow you down and kill you. Another ship that is excellent in kiting is also, of course, the tier 8 Russian cruiser, the Kutuzov. Even though it's also a pretty paper ship like the Belfast, it has the massive advantage of being able to shoot over 19 kilometers, which means that it's really hard for the enemy battleship to land any hits on you. So I take out the enemy in New York, earning me my 5th kill and the Kraken Unleashed. The low health enemy Pensacola starts pushing in. So of course I'm trying to engage him. Also trying to motor off this island. But before that, the caps makes us win the game. And it was quite a good game and quite a good carry. Even though this wasn't a complete potato team, this was actually a pretty half-decent team. I managed to pull my weight and then some. So 5 kills, 7 citadels, 5 cap resets, 2 solo caps and 1 assisted cap. 13,000 experience. Almost 2,500 base experience, which is always pretty good, making number 1 in the match. And looking at the detailed report, you can see it wasn't that much fire damage in this game, but I tanked over 800,000 damage for the team, which is pretty okay in a tier 7 paper cruiser. And all in all, a pretty good game. So I wanna thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please leave a like and a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.